All right, this is Gitmo. Welcome to an edition of the College Basketball Big East Report, BlueNotes2.com. Uh, yeah. All right. Hope you're doing well here. Happy Halloween. Um, Hope you're surviving COVID, doing okay. All right, let's get rolling with the uh, Big East report. They moved the freshman fundamentals to online last September 19th and went well. It was a virtual format for both the men and women and went pretty well from all reports. Segoria said back in mid-September that games will begin December 11th, uh, and there could be a few prior, depending on pre-existent contracts. Uh, October 16th, CBS put out predictions. Creighton, number 9, Nova, number 3, and their top 25 and 1. And their CBS's order with Nova Jays, Seton Hall, UConn Prop, Marquette, Butler, Xavier, St. John's, DePaul, Georgetown. Big East Power Rankings from Andy Katz, Nova 1, Creighton 2, Providence, UConn, Seton Hall, seeing flip-flopping Seton Hall and Providence, and UConn 4th in both of these. St. John's, Xavier, Marquette, Butler, Georgetown, and DePaul. Georgetown Coach's Corner, Ackerman says that Big East had pandemic insurance for 2 years with a sizable payout. So if COVID continues kicking butt, taking names, and the season fails to come about or fails to complete due to COVID, the Big East is in good shape because she had 2 years worth of coverage. That's good. The Big East Media Day was this past Wednesday, and I'll put out a separate little blurb on that. They had Nova 1, Creighton 2, Providence, UConn, Seton Hall. So pretty much the same thing that Andy Katz had with Marquette, I believe, and the coaches was 6th. But I'll crank that out here in a day or so. Bunch of Big East teams hosting NCAA tournaments from 2022 through 2026. Marquette's got 2 dates. Marquette will host first and second round in 2022 at the Fiserv. St. John's will host the 2023 East Regional at the Garden. Creighton will host 2024 first and second rounds at the Chico. Marquette again hosting 2025 first and second rounds at the Fiserv. Prob and the Dunk will host 2025 first and second rounds as well as Marquette. So 2 teams in 2025. Seton Hall hosting 2025 East Regional. So 3 teams in 2025. And last but not least, Georgetown hosting 2026 East Regional at the Cap Center, Capital One Arena, pardon me, in DC. Okay, so starting off with the Big East report, starting from the back, working forward. Xavier, both Makura and Jones, Tyreek Jones, are going overseas to play. Makura's heading to Turkey, and Jones is heading to Korea. Travis Steele confirmed back on the 8th and the 20th of September. Muskie's Steele's putting in a new offense, a run and gun offense, similar to Alabama, Creighton, and a couple of pro teams, a version of run and gun. So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see how that works. Cited as saying it's changing the offense to suit his personnel. Muskies are hosting a 4-team MTE at home. Toledo, Bradley, and Oakland. And also will host Oklahoma in the Big East Big 12 battle. Now, the partial schedule was released along with the Big East Media Day preseason coaches poll and all that. And it looks like the Muskies are only going to have one true road game during the end of October through December. And that doesn't include playing Cincy at the fifth third arena. But that's in Cincy. It's not really a road game, even though it is technically a road game. They're only going to have one true road game, and I believe that's at Creighton. Villanova, God bless. They're playing at the Mohegan Sun 2K Empire Classic, Baylor, Arizona State, Boston College on the November 25th and 26th. All these teams are ranked in the CBS poll. Busting Brackets has 3 or 4 different articles since the 16th of October. Much love for the Wildcats. Busting Brackets picking Nova to win the Natty, saying that their front court's the number 11 in the nation, and an excellent preview for the Wildcats. So much love from Busting Brackets. All the national polls have Nova 2nd through 4th, and number 1 in Cats is in CBS Big East rankings. Gillespie JRE on both those guys is AA list, and both first team all Big East. The Big East Media Day also has them first team all Big East, and number 1 in the Big East, of course. Nova gets some love from Andy Katz and John Fanta on NCAA's March Madness 365, and the links here. A lot of love from Katz and Fanta. Nova also announces the new program for military vets. So go Nova, love it. Anytime you're doing something for military vets, that's a great thing. Get more proofs. St. John's, the Johnnies. They're in talks to host an MTE of their own. LaSalle, Manhattan, and Bryant. I think Bryant dropped, pretty sure, and I think Sacred Heart jumped in. So Sacred Heart's in 2 different Big East MTEs. So that's a good thing. Red Storm has also agreed to play in the NJIT. No news regarding that, and I'm not sure if the NJIT is one of those that was in Orlando. Orlando got canceled because they couldn't agree to terms on testing protocols. So there will be no bubble in Orlando, at least up to this point, and all the ones that had previously been scheduled for Orlando are off for the time being, unless people scramble around and move things and make other arrangements. Coach Anderson recruiting hard in Arkansas after Corliss Williamson's son, Creed, kid's taller, longer, shoots better, and supposedly potentially better than Dad was, and that's saying a whole lot. Coach Anderson, keeping his Southern roots recruiting ties open. He also had, according to Jake Weingarten, he had a virtual meeting with 21 center and 22 center, Mustafa Amzil for 21 and 22, Frederico, 2 big guys. That virtual meeting was held October 15th. And of course, St. John's is hosting. Johnny's making some moves. Anderson expected to be better this year. Anderson and the Johnnies are expected to be better this year. Seton Hall. Kevin, I can't remember the coach's last name. He's pissed. He's criticizing the conference for admitting UConn. And this is all since the Big East Media Day. He's been on a roll saying that the admission of UConn will hurt Seton Hall and saying that he was against it and just going all out. Seton Hall is now out of the Wooden Legacy since Orlando is out. They're also in the Louisville, Kentucky MTE at Louisville. Preseason rank, NCAA Cats has them 31. Big East composite ranking is 3rd through 5th, and the Media Day coaches poll has them 5th. Coach Grant Billmeyer had a post October 6th on the passing of Rosemarie Diem. Having gained an angel today with the passing of Rosemarie Dehan, you will forever be my grandma. No one loves Seton Hall more than you. Coach Grant, SHU, at Grant Billmeyer. She was one of those lifelong fans that universities have that are irreplaceable and obviously well loved by the Seton Hall community and will be missed. God bless. Rest in peace. Friars remain in the Maui Invitational at Asheville, North Carolina, 30 November through 2nd of December. North Carolina, Indiana, Texas, Alabama, Stanford, UNLV, Davidson. Preseason NCAA Cats ranking is 30. Torvik rank is 32. Big East rank composite is 3rd, and in the Media Day coaches poll, they're picked 3rd. Rothstein predicts 4th, and no David Duke on the All Big East team, and Duke made the coaches All Big East team. Bryson Gooden waiver still pending. Looking at a lot of guards and forwards: Breon Pass, Darius Johnson, Rafael Castro, Kuluel, Mating, and 22. They got Legend Jeter from Michigan. He's supposedly a great one and has 2 wins over Imani Bates in high school. Bates, #1 player in the country, supposedly. And Jeter's on the all-name team, no doubt. Legend Jeter. They're also looking at a 22 power forward, TJ Power, out of Massachusetts, 6'8" scorer. Others they're looking at Alex Caravan, New Hampton Prep, Okapawa, Vermont Academy. They also have offered Donovan Klingon out of Connecticut and 6'9" Kyle Filipowski. Great article at friarbasketball.com on Coach Cooley and their hosting. Marquette. All right. Marquette's not going to play in the Hall of Fame event at the Mohegan Sun. At least that's according to the stadium. Either another MTE or down to 25. I believe the decision was that they're going to be down to 25 games schedule, no MTE. Playing Big 12 Challenge, Oklahoma State and Milwaukee. Playing Wisconsin December 4th, and playing at UCLA December 11th. And of course, seeing as how COVID's going buck wild, that may be subject to change. They offered a local kid, Jeff Brazil, for 2022. Also 2022 forward Isaac Trout, who's rapidly moving it up and will probably wind up a top 50 kid. And growing New York, North Carolina power forward, the well-traveled Jay Smith. Jay Smith, don't know much about him, but he's supposedly a darn good player. Marquette Wire had an article on the 76-77 championship team. Here's the link. Marquette, of course, another round of new unis, according to Anonymous Eagle. They look pretty good, you know. Some of their older uniforms are all-time greats, but these are good, and the reviews are good from Anonymous Eagle and other sources. And of course, Marquette, 2 dates, hosting first and second rounds, 2022 and 2025. The Hoyers, yeah, the Hoyas. No MTE, they're out down to out of the Wooden Legacy, down to 25-game schedule. Play West Virginia at home in early December as part of the Big East Big 12 Challenge. Syracuse playing them in the Carrier Dome in January sometime, or at Syracuse in January sometime, to be determined. New uniforms leaked. Don't know how many, but the gray one looks pretty good. Coach's Corner, Reed says McDonough would save rental fees over Capital One, implying that games could or would be played at McDonough, but unclear if a plan has been finalized. And Georgetown serving as a 2026 East Regional at the Capital One Arena. Also, that earlier blurb about the Big East came out of Coach's Corner, GU Coach's Corner, about the Big East having a couple of years worth of pandemic insurance. So it's a good deal. Way to go, Hoyers. Continental Tire for Las Vegas, in Las Vegas on 26th, 27th of November for the DePaul Blue Demons, according to Rothstein. And Blue Demons had the number 5 2021 recruiting class thus far, 4 4-stars and 1 non-rated. They're loading up. Hard to find new information over the last couple of weeks, and I looked at many of the sites. There's just not much available on the Blue Demons at this point. They weren't picked last. I believe that honor went to Georgetown in the coaches' preseason poll, and I'll have to look harder at the preseason stuff to see what else they had on DePaul, but there should be some more information on DePaul. Okay, great. Former battle for Atlantis, now the Crossover Classic in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Jays, Ohio State, West Virginia, Memphis, all ranked. Jays playing Kansas in the Big East Big 12 Challenge at Kansas at the Fog on December 8th. Sanford Pentagon Crossover Classic, November 25th through 27th. The Athletic has an article, State of the Hoops program, by Brian Hamilton on the Jays. They didn't get all the kudos and backslaps, blah, 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 at the end of the last season. So the goal for this season is get them this coming March. And a lot of the preseason polls. Preseason, Blue Ribbon 15, Lindy's 13, NBC 18, NCAA, CAT 16, CBS 9, ESPN 11, Torvik 12, Dickie V 11. Zagorowski preseason first team All-American, and he's done a lot of those numbers. Creighton second in the Big East according to the Media Day, Big East Media Day, and they're hosting first and second round in 2024. Legends Classic, UConn playing at the Mohegan Sun, December 2nd and 3rd. BYU, Southern Cal, Vanderbilt. Originally scheduled for Brooklyn. They'll be playing 5 out-of-conference games, all in Connecticut, hosting a round robin of Central Connecticut State, Sacred Heart, and one other school, likely Fairfield, in their own MTE. Preseason rankings: NBC 30, Andy Katz 33, Torvik 35, 4th composite in the Big East preseason rankings, and in the Media Day, they were also 4th. Coaches Media Day poll, they were 4th. Book Night and Whaley, certain starters. They keyed last season's late run. Book Night was predicted as a preseason All Big East first team, but the media day had him second team, which was a little bit of a surprise. Super transfer Tyrese Martin from Rhode Island gets his waiver. He should be a load, and he should definitely help uh, their their uh, their campaign this year, and he should easily fit in the lineup. Andre Jackson will probably also be in the lineup, and in Hurley's words, will be one of the most impactful freshman guards in the country. They've got a great class. It's going to be hard to get them all on the floor, and you're playing with the big boys now. So, hey, fourth, I had them tied for fifth with X, and I actually had X ahead of them. I don't think they'll be fourth, but I've been wrong before. According to Nova Chap, I've been wrong before. But it's a big boys league there, UConn, Mr. Hurley, sir. So, you know, thumbs up to you. Good to have you back, in spite of what the Seton Hall coach says. And, although you're public school, you're not private, you're not religious oriented, you really don't fit the profile, but we're glad you're back anyway. And fourth is going to be some work. In order for you to make fourth, your guys are really going to have to play. And with the shortness of the potential shortness of the season, and coming out the gate at St. John's, and with the schedule the way they got it lined up, it's not going to be easy for you guys to make and keep fourth. But everybody's saying fourth, so we'll see. But welcome home, and good luck to you going ahead in the season. All right. Last but definitely not least, the belittled, overlooked, underrated, underserved, underrespected Butler Bulldogs. Way to go, Balzer. All right, the Bulldogs. K Macker 69's boys. Yeah, Milk Steaks boys. Yeah. All right. They've withdrawn from the Fort Myers tip-off, and they're not going to participate in any other MBT and MTE. So thus, we're talking about a 25-game schedule. Big 12, Big East are playing Kansas State at Hinkle on December 11th, and they play Indiana in the Crossroads at an undisclosed date. Greg Doyle, the former, I don't know if he was CBS, NBC, or ESPN, but the name's mighty familiar. He's now with Indy Star, and he's writing up this big, it's like a billboard almost article, proselytizing and advertising and tooting the horn for Indianapolis. Indy wants your bubbles. And it's a good read. It's a good read. And as if you saw our 2020 NCAA Big East preview show with Fanta, Nyatawa, and Novachat, you know that there was a sizable little section on Indy, especially from John Fanta, because Indy's got all the infrastructure, it's got the hotels, it's got the facilities, it's got the experience, and they're also hosting the Final Four. Indianapolis may be the best possible scenario for the entire NCAA tournament. And Doyle and the good folks in Indianapolis aren't backing down from asking for you to bring your business, whether it's bubbles, the NCAA tournament, and anything else. Bring your dollars to Indianapolis. Grad transfer Bolden, Jair Bolden's eligible. He and Nice can pull the dogs up to the top half of the conference. Coach Jordan's high on him, leadership, understands what he can do, has big games, is a proven shooter, has had a 98 assist season in his career, blah, 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 can create for others. And his experience. He and Nice, along with their couple of their forwards and a couple of returnees, I wouldn't overlook Butler. Butler's always overlooked, but in the last 7 years, they've been fifth 5 times, fifth or better, 5 times in the 7 years. So here we are going into year 8. You overlook, you underestimate, you talk down and belittle the Bulldogs if you want, but they're a resilient team, and they play better than what they look like on paper, and I'll leave it at that. I had a couple of guys on my Big East Fantasy League team last year, and they didn't underwhelm. They didn't let me down. They came through. And the Bulldogs, I wouldn't be at all surprised. Yeah, I picked them 7th, and I think the coaches poll had them 8th, and NBC and Cats had them down 7th or 8th too. But you underestimate, you overlook, you undervalue Butler at your own risk. I think that well, they got a good coach, and they got good players, and they got some experience, and experience in this league can go a long way. Plus, they got their greatest class. It's not the league's greatest class, but Coles and Miles Tate said they're ready to play, and they've got a good class. They've got good size. They've got some point guards. They've got some shooting guards, and they've got some guys who've been there and been through the mill, been through the grind. Overlook Butler at your own risk. Okay. Thanks for watching, folks. Click the like button to like this presentation. And as you people who watch YouTube know, that likes help to get ranked better and get more views, and one begets the other, and blah, 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 blah. So hit the like content, hit the bell to be notified of new stuff, subscribe, help a brother out, subscribe, donate. In the banner up top here, there's links to PayPal, Cash App, Patreon. Hit a link, throw a couple dollars my way to help me be able to continue to do this. And your donations not only help Blue Notes Basketball 365 channel here, but also to try and keep the door open over at BlueNotes2.com. So donate via PayPal, Cash App, or Patreon to help sustain the channel. Subscribe, click the bell, and you'll get notifications when new stuff comes up. Thanks a million. Appreciate it. God bless you. Be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Social distance. Stay out of crowds. Don't listen to anything Trump is telling you. He's trying to get you killed. And be safe. You know, when a vaccine becomes available in January or March or whenever it comes out, take the damn vaccine. You want to keep breathing. The trick is to keep breathing. You know, it's not a political statement. It's a health statement. You know, breathing is the thing. Living is the thing. Being a Republican or being a Democrat, not wearing a mask, blah, 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 is stupid. Wear your damn mask. Follows the health guidelines and keep breathing. You know? All right. Ciao. Take care.